years ago, there lived a man called Agbonhese and his wife Ateso. They waited for so many years before they were finally blessed with a son. They named him Imafidon. Agbonhese and Ateso were so happy and took good care of him. Few years later, they were blessed with another son named Ehigiato. Agbonhese and Ateso were very rich and they had everything they ever wanted. But they had a lot of enemies, even in Agbonhese's family. One day, an unfortunate incident took place. Agbonhese and Ateso lost their first child, Imafidon. Their second son, Ehigiato, started coughing blood. Agbonhese ran to go and get help, but a mysterious thunder struck and killed him, and his wife became blind. The news of the incident shook the village, and people started talking about it. Blind Ateso was left with her sick son, Ehigiato. She cried for days, even when her husband and son were laid to rest. Agbonhese's brother, Abumere, accused Ateso of being a witch and also having a hand in what happened to the family. Ateso tried to prove her innocence, but he kept on insisting that she was possessed. And before she knew what was going on, Abumere moved his family to her home. He insisted that it was his brother's house and took over Agbonhese's businesses and properties. Abumere's wife Otiti hated Ateso and was always jealous of her. She took Ateso's expensive clothes and jewelries and wore them, as Ateso was blind and unable to see her. They maltreated her and Ehigiato. Otiti would not allow Ateso into her own kitchen and would only give her leftovers to eat. Ateso would cry morning to evening alongside her sick son. One day, when Ehigiato was very hungry, he went to the kitchen and took from the food in the pot. When Otiti came back, she started to beat him. Ateso, upon hearing her son crying, struggled to come out, and she started begging Otiti to let him go.
Àìgbé ọmọ iná ọ̀hẹ́rẹ́. Àìgbé ọmọ iná ọ̀hẹ́rẹ́ o. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní bí Ehigiato o. Ìwà yògbó, ìwà yògò e.
Otiti beat the little boy till he began to shiver. This was touching to a neighbor who was always observing them. The neighbor told the villagers about it, and soon the matter got to the palace. The king was shocked at how wicked AWELE and OTITI were. He took up the matter, for Agbonhese was a well-respected person in the village before he died. The king summoned AWELE and OTITI to the palace and also summoned blind Ateso. When they got there, they were asked to say what exactly happened. AWELE told the king that Ateso was a witch and that she killed her husband, his brother Agbonhese, and also their first son Imafidon, in order for her to take over his properties. This made no sense to the king because he knew Ateso to be a well-respected woman and a supportive wife to her late husband Agbonhese. And so the king asked Ateso what happened, and she told him of how her husband and son mysteriously died and how her husband's brother started accusing her of killing them. This felt strange to the king, and so he asked everyone there if Ateso was capable of what she was being accused of, and they all said no. So the king said that they were going to swear in the shrine. When AWELE heard this, he was shocked, and he immediately said Ateso was innocent and that he wrongly accused her. When the people heard this, they were shocked and began to murmur. The king, however, insisted that they swear at the shrine. AWELE, OTITI, and Ateso were taken to the shrine, and the people stood there and watched. The chief priest gave them KOLANUT and asked them to do exactly what he says. Ateso did it, and nothing happened to her. AWELE and OTITI also did it, and few moments later, they fell on the ground and started confessing. They confessed to killing Agbonhese and Imafidon, but only Ejigato survived because of his destiny, which was the reason he was sick, and also they made Ateso blind. They did this because AWELE was always jealous of his brother, and so he wanted to take over his properties. When the people heard this, they were shocked at how wicked they were. Few moments later, Ateso's eyes were open and she started seeing again, and Ejigato was well. The king passed a judgment on them, and they were sentenced to death. Ateso thanked the villagers for coming to her aid, And ever since then, no one troubled her anymore. She got a lot of help from people, and the family business continued to flourish. And when Ejigato was of age, he took over and they continued to live a peaceful life. This is the end of this story. Thank you for listening to this story. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. And please do not skip the ads on this channel, as it will be your way of supporting us. We love and appreciate you. Bye.